There are some amazing Catholic bishops in the world and right here in the United States of America. Men of courage, men of conviction, men of deep, abiding faith. And I want to say that because as a practicing Catholic, I think it's important to be clear that not putting all of them in one basket, right? We're not going to pretend that they're all some collective, right? Some hive mind. But my irritation with the soundbite I just played.
We are disturbed when we see among our people a climate of fear and anxiety around questions of profiling and immigration enforcement.
We are saddened by the state of contemporary debate and the vilification of immigrants. We are concerned about the conditions in detention centers and the lack of access to pastoral care.
We feel compelled now in this environment to raise our voices in defense of God-given human dignity.
They didn't even put their names on the screen, which I found interesting. When Joe Biden, who is ostensibly at least a baptized Catholic, when he declared Trans Visibility Day on Easter Sunday, where was the video from the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops condemning such an atrocity, such an insult to the faith that Joe Biden claims to be an adherent to? When Joe Biden supported financially and certainly with his actions and words the mutilation of underage children through the radical transgender agenda, where was the video from the Conference of Catholic Bishops? Supporting such things are mortal sins in the Catholic Church. There are certain non-negotiables. I mean, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. But it creates what's called an ex officio excommunication, where by your actions, you are excommunicating yourself from the communion of the church. And in the case of Joe Biden, he did it plentifully. Support of abortion is another one. Where was the video when Joe Biden talked about Planned Parenthood and all the other different abortion services that he supported, that he was in favor of, that he received endorsement from, and that he carried water for? Where was the video from the Conference of Catholic Bishops? You know, Joe Biden is a baptized Catholic. Barack Obama wasn't. Donald Trump isn't. George W. Bush wasn't. So, I mean, there is a difference, right? He is held to a higher standard, yet they couldn't find their voices in any of these. Now, we've talked about the fact the Vatican has the most strict immigration laws and citizenship rules you'll find anywhere in the world. I haven't heard them condemn that. I haven't heard these same bishops call for the opening of the Vatican walls. Let's let them all in. Let's give them a place. Come on, Pope Leo, practice what you're preaching on this. How come we don't hear that video anywhere? He's the first among equals, but they have the collegial ability to challenge him. But there's no voice for any of that. We don't hear any voice on any of these things. What we've heard for 50 years in this country, when we suffered under Roe and Doe, is we heard very little from the Conference of Catholic Bishops and any kind. I don't recall them putting out mass videos or talking about how uncomfortable they are. And what is it that they're uncomfortable with? I mean, just for the sake of it, I want to play this again because I want you to hear one of the terms, one of the statements, questions of profiling and immigration enforcement. Immigration enforcement is a legal action. It's not immoral. It's not illegal. Now the bishops are being moved to do something over actual federal laws that are moral and licit.
We are disturbed when we see among our people a climate of fear and anxiety around questions of profiling and immigration enforcement.
Are they going to start saying videos, or putting videos out? We are concerned about the climate of fear being raised around the enforcement of laws against theft. We're concerned about the enforcement of laws against murder. I'm picking things right off the Ten Commandments on purpose because this is ridiculous. I mean, this is truly ridiculous. Now, of course, as a non-cynical person, again, I've been certified by Der Fauci to be cynicism-free. I'm just simply observing, you know, the major difference between all the examples I just gave you, that we heard nothing from an official video that's being promoted and pushed out across our nation, backed by the Pope in such a large way, the first American Pope, mind you. From a city, by the way, that has a terrible illegal immigration problem, Chicago. But you know the big difference between laws on and decisions, moral decisions on abortion and transgenderism, and homosexual marriage and all these things? There was no money attached to those. You see, The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops oversees Catholic Charities. Catholic Charities, along with a few others, including the Lutheran missions, receive tens of millions of dollars a year to help resettle these illegal immigrants. Ah, yes, air quotes around resettled. Tens of millions of dollars a year. That, of course, would not flow in that same direction. You don't have tens of millions of illegal immigrants coming into the country. Now, I don't know that that has anything to do with it, but if I look at the situation, I wonder what's the difference. That's the one thing that really stands out, that really glaringly stands out, that nobody was funneling millions of dollars to these different organizations to be in support of life.